Everybody's saying on social media that there's a possibility that Charlie Kirk is still alive. Even after everything we saw, thousands and thousands of videos and angles, people are putting together conspiracies, thoughts, and theories, and they're coming up with the possibility now that Charlie Kirk is still alive. Now, a regular person would just sit back and they would listen to such theories and conspiracies, and they would think that the world has gone mad, that people have lost it, and there's no possibility. Here's my thing. I'm a conspiracist. I'm a truther. And I believe in things differently than other people. Now, with that being said, I've sat and watched countless videos, countless angles of videos. I have searched in depth the possibilities of these creators and these individuals that's putting these theories out there. And I've come to the conclusion that we live in a world of possibility, in a world of anything is possible. And yes, he could still be alive. Could be. I'm not saying he is or he isn't. He could be. That's a maybe. And I would like to go in this direction with the video. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. Everybody thought that he was still alive. They still think he's alive, even though he'd be like really old. Some people think he's Bob Joyce. The thing is, though, with Elvis Presley, he had a multi-million-dollar life insurance policy that till today it's not being cashed in, and it's not going to get cashed in until he's dead. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, had life insurance, multiple policies, multiple now, worth millions and billions. His estate, his mother, his father, his brothers, his sisters, his kids, they haven't cashed it in. It's just sitting there. A multi-million and billion-dollar insurance policy just sitting there, not cashed in. I don't know if the statute of limitations has even passed or not. I'm sure they have. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. So here's my theory. Elvis wanted away because of who he was, and he had the mafia, he had the Black Panther group after him, and he had several different organizations targeting him. He couldn't go out. He couldn't get peace. So I can see why Elvis would want to disappear. Same with Michael Jackson. Sony, the music, what's it called, group that he was affiliated with, wanted his catalog, wanted his rights that were worth billions of dollars. And he truly felt, up to the day he passed, that there were a large group of people that were after him. And they are recordings online of him talking to several people stating this fear. The same thing with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk had went on podcast interviews and himself saying that he shouldn't be saying the things he was saying about Israel, but it needed to be said. It needed to be brought to light. People needed to know, and they needed to understand. That would be a reason for Charlie Kirk now to disappear, because he made virtually a whole country mad. A whole country mad. And then we look at the Prime Minister of Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, whatever his name is. Everything that he said about Charlie Kirk contradicted everything that Charlie Kirk said about him. It was two different things. And that is a big thing right there. So here's my thing. If Charlie Kirk has a life insurance policy, and I'm sure he did, and the beneficiaries will be either his parents, his wife, or his kids, if it has not been cashed in, then there's a possibility now, that he's still alive. Big possibility. Maybe he's a witness protection. Maybe Kash Patel knows more than what he's saying. Maybe Kash Patel already hinted where he's at. But I just wanted to throw that out there. We live in a world of possibility where anything is possible. So when you hear such things as Charlie Kirk is alive, or Elvis is alive, or Michael Jackson is alive, don't look at people as crazy. There's a possibility.
9 months, Israel is on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu is basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration. The essence is this. This is the closest thing to the Holocaust that any of us have lived through. But the fact is now Bibi and the Israeli hard-right government has a mandate. I gotta be careful the way I say this. They're gonna try to ethnically cleanse Gaza. I mean, I don't use that term lightly, okay? They're talking about basically removing 2.5 million people from there, okay? And honestly, they have a mandate to go seek justice and revenge.